Police say the white man accused of killing 10 black people and hurting 3 other people at a Buffalo, New York supermarket is on suicide watch tonight. He's also being kept away from other inmates. Investigators say the 18-year-old drove more than 200 miles from his home in Conklin, New York, to kill as many black people as he could. Police are looking into the possibility that the suspect was motivated by a racist theory spreading online. That theory refers to an alleged plot to diminish the influence of white people.
People are seeing these ideas, they're being radicalized by these ideas.
Investigators say the suspect had plans to go to another store after the rampage, but he was arrested. They also say he scouted out the supermarket 2 months ago and visited the day before the shooting as well. And as we mentioned, 18-year-old Peyton Gendron reportedly drove 200 miles to shoot his victims. All 10 people who died were black. This premeditated hate crime has sent shockwaves through black communities nationwide.
The president of the Alabama chapter of the NAACP responded to the latest hate crime, calling it yet another major setback in the fight for equal rights in America. News 19's Archie Snowden joins us in studio, who spoke to the president of the NAACP and has the response.
All right, thank you, Greg. The bottom line here, according to the Alabama NAACP president, is that hate crimes once again are on the rise. And with a heavy heart, Bernard Simonton says that this kind of hate seems to have no end.
It's horrible that we can see these type of events happening in 2020.
The actions of Peyton Gendron at a Buffalo supermarket were far from a representation of a neutral society, one that accepts people of all colors and backgrounds, says Bernard Simonton, president of the Alabama chapter of the NAACP.
We have to come to the realization that there are people out there that still hate African Americans and other minorities.
In a manifesto, the shooter repeatedly cited the Great Replacement, a conspiracy theory pushed by white supremacists. The document claims that the suspect chose Buffalo because it was the city with the highest number of black people in his vicinity. The gun that Gendron reportedly used had a racial slur engraved on it, as well as the names of other mass shooters. Simonton says that these kinds of premeditated actions are often exposed.
There's someone in his family knew what was going on, knew his thinking, knew his ideology, and they failed to say anything about it.
And Simonton is calling to fight this incident with radical gun reform.
And no one is saying take away your Second Amendment right, but we got to do this more sensible, where people can't have access to these type of weapons.
He says that people of color should not have to fight for civil rights against a deranged gunman.
If I'm walking down the street, if I'm going into a store, I should not feel that someone is watching me, just because of the color of my skin. And we have got to get, beyond that in America.
Simonton adds that the shooting happened just days before the NAACP National Convention. The NAACP is also pushing for attendance to the National End the Gun Violence Day on June 3rd at Big Spring Park. Emily.